Hello, Bumpy McSquigums here, and, well, I'm sort of at a loss, guys. Normally this is where I tell you, this is my LP of whatever. Well, I don't know exactly what to call this. I'm gonna say it's my first look at Age of Wonders 3, and the game is quite fun, don't get me wrong. But I'm at a loss as to what to call this, because it's not a full LP. I'm not gonna run through the campaign just yet. I will do that down the road, don't get me wrong. That is in the works, but for now, this is a first look. It's a Goblin Archdruid random map, I guess. Um, sure. I'm not sure what to call it. But either way, it's episode 2 of that. Maybe by episode 3 I will come up with a name to actually give it. But either way, guys, we're going to start off right where we left off at, and here we are. We apparently have won a battle or two. Yay, we fought a battle and won. And we fought another battle and won. We already knew that. I'm not sure why that decided to come back, but I did save and load since those battles happened, and it is time for me to, I guess, end the turn at this point. Sure. So we're gonna end the turn. A new day dawns, and we can now cast ourselves Summon Wild Animal, and we shall do so. And apparently we can cast it just about anywhere. So we now have a giant boar, much like the one he's riding, which we're going to throw into his army. So that is going to be pretty sweet. Now I'm not sure if the things are occupied. I think they're owned by the Independents since we haven't cleared them yet. So we're not actually getting the benefit that they would be normally giving us because we don't have them cleared. So let's clear it. And yeah, that's going to be a very likely victory. And we're going to go into it. Attack! I don't know, maybe this is even kind of a tutorial or a walkthrough. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could call this. I'm just not sure what I should call it. It's one of those things, guys. It's just one of those things. The Independents are moving, so we get to see that. Now, if you wanted to speed up what they did, you could just hit the little fast forward button or the 3x button. We'll maybe run it on 2x just to make things a little bit quicker. And it's now our turn. What is it? The Great Immolation. Sustains the ritual of flames, burning everything in honor of the fire god. Immolates a random unit each combat round. Immolated units suffer 3 fire damage, -2 to strength, -1 to defense, and -1 to resistance for 2 turns. Well, that is just a terrible, terrible, terrible debuff on us. Any of our people like redonkulously weak? It does not appear to be so. Looks like we did heal up at least relatively well. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out, that if you click on this, our goblin skewer has no experience right now. If you hover up here over the experience bar, it shows you when they level up, they actually gain things. So it pays to keep your units alive as long as possible. So as you can see, once he hits Trooper, when he gets 10 experience, his melee strength goes up by 1, and he gets 2 more hit points. Veteran, he gets 1 defense, 1 melee strength, 2 hit points, and so on and so forth. And then all the way at the bottom, once he's an elite, he afflicts bleeding wounds. And yeah, it really, really, really pays to not get your troops killed off if you can help it. You always, always want to try to keep your troops alive as long as possible. So, that's just kind of the way things work. That's the way they are. And we are going to send our little summoned piglets up there to do some damage on these guys, because we're not happy with them making us burst into flames down here. We're going to get up there as well with our bad cells and launch a little bit more damage out if we can. They shouldn't be able to immolate us with their little fire rain. This is stuff, fire bombs, while they're engaged. And it is engaged right now with our little piggies. So that is going to be very beneficial, very useful to us. We're going to move over here. It looks like there are only 2 units, so we just have to make sure that we can actually do something against these 2. These guys are not going to be able to make it, so we're going to send them up to get closer. These guys are actually relatively hurt. Let's see what spells we have available to us. We've used up all of our casting points at this point, so there's really nothing we can do. We're going to fall back with this guy. He's at 21 out of 45. Maybe we're not going to fall back with him, actually. I might utilize him. We'll see. We're going to try to blast a... Oh yeah, this is going to be delicious right here. And boom. 1 and 2, and that is going to be enough, and we'll be able to close with this guy and take him out. So it could have been really bad for us, ended up turning out pretty good, actually. And I don't think they're ever going to be able to get within range to do anything, so we're just going to end our turn at this point. And now they're immolated. It's going to be pretty nasty. They're going to attack, they're going to retaliate, and it's going to be a victory for us. So there we go. They did almost kill our pigs off, though. Well, that's unfortunate. Exploring the fire node, you discover 18 mana. Always nice. And now you see it's highlighted. It's no longer grayed out like this is over here. And blam, we now have 15 additional mana crystals coming in each time. So there you go. So -6 upkeep. I think it's because we have the boar summoned. I think that's going to cost us every turn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 6 per turn. So there's always a balance, guys. There's always a balance that you need to try your very best to maintain. We're going to click to end our turn. And we're going to hope that some of our units heal up a little bit. Well, there's a little bit of healage going on there, and the boar's a little bit stronger than it was. And we're going to move over next to this guy now. I noticed something's changed, though, since I've ended the thing. My hex grid has disappeared. Either I accidentally did that, or it got rid of that when it reloaded the game. Either way, we're going to go in and we're going to attack this spider. And again, we have a pretty big advantage here. Remember, outnumbering your opponents is always a good idea. And it's usually, well, it might be a little bit cheap, but you know what? It gets you a free experience with very few losses. So I would say that's a net win. Those spiders are able to move pretty darn close to us. These boars are going to be able to move pretty close too. So they're splitting up. The stronger group is actually going after our weaker group. That's interesting. And still not quite there. I think I'm still going to throw it. There we go. Why not? And 2, and 3. So they just ranked up. That's what that little medal means, of course. We'll take a look here. There's now a trooper, so if we click on the picture, it says it's a trooper 22 out of 45 before the next rank. It now has increased melee strength and +2 hit points. At veteran, it gets an increased range strength, which is always nice. And at the very end, it inflicts enfeebling fever and exhausting plague. So, like I said, guys, upgrading your characters and not losing them, not feeding them to the enemy, definitely a good idea. Definitely a good idea. And there we go. That's going to significantly weaken the enemy. And what is our boar looking at here? Our warg rider needs more. He needs more. So we're going to give him more. He's got 10%, or he's got 100% chance to kill him because he's going to do a minimum of 10 damage, and that's how much health the guy had. Fortunately, that did not level him up. He is a recruit. He's not even a trooper yet. That's always unfortunate to see. We have some spells that we can cast. I'm going to use a fireball because we haven't tried that yet, so let's see what that does. Cast it on the further back guy here. And once you do a fireball or a spell, if you left or right click, you will cast a spell. The only way to abort it, I believe you could probably hit escape, but you can hit abort spell or open spell book if you don't want to do the spell. I, however, do want to do the spell, so there we go. And will the pig kill it? The pig could kill it, but it's highly unlikely. And we're gonna roll with this. And we lost a little bit, not too bad, not too bad. Warg Riders are now troopers, so they gained 1 melee strength and 2 hit points. And I think we're gonna just annihilate him with our main guy here. And blammo. 19 points of damage, and victory is ours. We took some damage, but not much. Not much. We did use up some more of our mana, but we're gaining a significantly large amount each turn. And it shows you the upgrades that you got as well. And we got 45 gold for actually clearing out that mine. So this is pretty much how the game plays out all the way through, guys. You just keep going and expanding. You can build, eventually, you can't do it quite yet, but once you get the Builder's Hall, yeah, the Builder's Hall, you're able to build additional goblins that can either build like fortresses, citadel type things that you can actually use as a defensive structure, or you can build settlers which can actually go and plop down some more towns, so you can expand your area of influence, get additional places that will recruit things, and capture these additional nodes that are currently outside of your territory. Like this spot right here is an excellent spot for a new town. Now we're down to 1 turn on the barracks, so what I'm actually going to queue up next is the Builder Hall. We are relatively, we're pretty good. We're not really that hurt. We're going to wait it out though, maybe over on this side of the map. Or this side of the town, rather. And we're probably going to take out this guy in the next turn. So we're going to end our turn. A new day dawns. Produce Hunter has been researched, and the outpost of Nimic has produced a barracks. So we're going to select a new skill to research. It shows you what you did. And we can summon an eldritch animal. Calls upon the eldritch creatures of the wild, summoning a random animal. So basically it's like the summon animal that we have now, but stronger. Favored enemy monster. Ranged troops specialize in hunting monsters. Archer and support units receive Monster Slayer. Well, that's pretty cool. But I think we're gonna go with I suppose the roots. Now, one of the cool things I did not mention is that your main hero, which in this case is Wazul the Jagged, you can actually set him in your town and not send him into combat, and he can actually still cast spells. Or say you split your forces and you sent one guy off this way and your main guy off a different way, you could actually cast spells from your main hero in the off heroes battle, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. I think it uses twice the amount of mana, but still, it's a pretty cool feature, one I actually like quite a bit. So army requires orders. We're gonna head over here. And we're gonna try to take this guy out, and then we'll see what happens after that. Oops, yeah, I left click there, guys. You always right click when you want to move and do most of the things. You left click on your guys, and then you right click on where you want to actually go and what you want to do. These guys are hostile. If they see one of your weaker troops just wandering around, they will go out, chase you down, and try to kill you. So it's always risky leaving these guys alone. The independents are going to move. We're going to move them at 2x. They are crossbow type people, so they are going to hide behind their walls, which is, it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm probably going to move up a little bit. I'll just leave it at that. And again, we're going to probably do the same thing here. Just kind of take it slow, as they say. Oh, if you right click twice, you actually move your troops at a faster speed too. That's something I need to get in the habit of. To make this go a little bit quicker for you guys. So I'm going to end my turn. They're pretty much going to wait it out because they're not going to want to come at us. Oh, they moved forward and they actually get a shot on us. That's always unfortunate. Never something you want to see. Alright, we're going to go charge forward and hopefully break through the obstacle here. No such luck. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. We can shoot at him, and we will. There's one, and hey, our hero leveled up. Always nice. And we're going to charge forward and try to break through the rest of it. There we go. We now have a hole made. We're going to move forward again, and we're going to launch an attack. Poison them. Not all that impressive, I realize. But it's okay. It is okay. Again, this isn't going to do a whole lot, but it's going to do something. It's the start of something, guys. It is the start of something. And there we go. So we've kind of expended this entire army over here. And now we're going to move back over here to these fellows. I'm going to charge this down and just try to break through the gate. Straight up. And we did. We managed to succeed at that, which is always nice. And we're going to move forward a little bit with our other guys. And hope that the others can tank up. So we're going to end our turn now. And the independents are going to make their move. And we're just going to eat some shots. It's not going to be fun, but it's not going to be too horrible either. So like I said, it's not going to be like the end of the world stuff here. One thing I would like to see, and hopefully the developers change this. I've seen on the forums a few people have asked for the same thing. So one of the things I would like to see is maybe a little bit larger health bars. It's kind of hard to see. It's not, you know, it's not game breaking. It's not horrible, but I would like to see larger health bars. That's just me personally. It's one of those things I would like to see. Alright, so he is down. Let's move forward with this fellow and go here and just fire on him. We get him out with our hero. 1, 2, and 3. That leaves him with not that much health left. He's got 12, so there's a pretty good chance we're going to win this. There we go, we hit for 15. That's game for that. And at this point, I'm going to actually back up a step, which seems weird, I know. But I'm going to use my Arc Lightning spells here. There we go, we've leveled up once again, and oh, we can't quite close with them. Huh, that's unfortunate. Well, we're going to move forward with this guy anyhow. He's a little bit tankier, and we're going to end our turn. And they're going to reposition and shoot. Yeah, oh, that was actually a pretty big hit. And we're going to lob a few more bolts of lightning on him. And just like that, he is ready to be slaughtered by our wonderful pigmen. And boom, down he goes, and victory is mine once again! So there we have it. We have won, and when you destroy a brigand hideout, generally you do get rewards. So apparently we got an Orc Spearman, which is nice, and shoes, which if you hover over them it tells you what they do. Negative 60% blight weakness. I'm not sure what that means. This unit is now vulnerable to blight, so you actually become vulnerable as opposed to invulnerable, or so basically you take 60% more damage to blight, which I think we inherently take 40% less. So it's not that big of a hindrance. It's okay. Wetland walking gives us more unit when traversing the wetlands, and our defense is increased. I think that's worth taking. You can sell it for 65 gold. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to equip it actually. So it's going to be down here, you left click, and you bring it up, and boom. It's done. Our hero did level up, so we'll show you how to get to that point. So I'm going to click here on my hero. There he is. And it usually tells you over here as well, in the bottom right, above your mini-map there. And you go down here, and you click on this, and here you go. Here's the upgrade menu. And you have Cure Disease, you have Shock Protection, Befriend Animal, Free Movement, Warm at Night, and all these things actually have further things that they unlock as you go. And here's all the inherent things your guy already has. He's already got Fast Healing, so they regenerate more. They charge, deal 6% damage on the first strike in melee combat if the unit has moved 4 or more hexes. So all these things you need to kind of keep in mind when you're playing your character. I never really looked at these, but I mean I kind of already knew a lot of them, so Alright, so let's take a look. Cure Disease, don't care. Free Movement, this unit is not hindered by any terrain movement penalties. Now that sounds really good, and I'm actually going to pick that up immediately. And I think I'm going to go with range strength +1, hit points +1, and melee strength +1. So there we go. And that's going to do it. He's gotten his upgrades. He's actually already almost to the next level. You can click down here also because it generally tells you your hero's leveled up down here. Click down here, it'll automatically bring you to the spot, so that's always nice. Sorcery 1. Increase spellcasting points, allowing you to cast more spells per turn. That's not bad. That's these points up here. Shock Protection, Dispel Magic, Steal Enchantment. Removes all enchantments from target unit and transfers them to this. Magic Affinity. All units in the hero's army gain a +1 to resistance. That's not bad. Charged Army. All units in the hero's army gain a +1 lightning strength attack. Nice. Sphere of Protection. Channels a sphere around the target friendly unit that slows down incoming physical attacks. Wow, that's pretty sick. I think I'm going to go with this, and I like that. I guess that's good. So there we go. So we are a little bit stronger than we were, and we have this army. Now I don't know if there's any like morale bonuses or negative effects to having a split army or a mixed army, but we have this guy here. He's an Orc Spearman. He's a tier 1 unit, so he's not that great, but he is an irregular, which generally makes them better than your normal troops. So that now gives him 4 out of 6 units, and he is now probably pretty close to being able to stand on his own 2 feet without needing our main hero to follow him around that much. We're going to pick up the refugee camp in the next turn, which is going to give us more population, which is hopefully going to boost our... Yeah, we're actually going to hit the from outpost to... I don't remember what the next one is. City, town, village, something like that. So we'll see. Alright, we're going to end our turn. And you'll see that our range is increased by 1. And if you click, it's no longer an outpost, it's a goblin village. And in 7 turns, we'll actually grow to whatever the next thing is, a city, I guess? Or a town, perhaps? Alright, so we're going to go over here and grab up these. And we just gained 982 more people, which now is going to change this to 5 turns as opposed to 7. So you guys see how that all works. If you want to rush anything, say you're going to get attacked and you need to get a unit out immediately, you can rush it, but it's going to make your people much less happy. Now, I actually have no idea what your happiness meter is. I guess it's this. Oh, here it is. City happiness. It's the throne city and everything else. So if your main hero dies, after 3 turns they actually respawn at your throne city. So the game is not over if you do lose your main hero. All these things are pretty cool. Alright, we're going to head back this way. I do miss some of the flying units I had with other playthroughs. Well, we're going to head in there and see what we can find. This guy's going to head this way, pick up some gold, because gold is pretty much the lifeblood of most games. I believe this game is very little different. Ooh, ruins. It's unexplored strong. Treasure site, explore these ruins for items. When explored, it adds +10 to your knowledge points and +50 happiness when located within your domain. Now, I don't think that we're strong enough to actually deal with that right now with this particular hero. Or probably any of our heroes at this point. I don't think we have the troops, any of the hero armies, that are strong enough. So I'm probably going to head back to the main town and then pick off these 2 places next. So we're going to end, the new day dawns. I'm going to take a look what's over here. And it looks like there's a tomb unexplored. It's epic, which means I'm absolutely not going to enter that, because that just sounds suicidal. And I don't know that I can get there. I'm not sure why that moved me so little. I guess the mountain ranges are much harder for us to traverse, and it's going to... I thought I got the thing that meant I no longer had movement penalties. Didn't I get that? Free movement. This unit is not hindered by any terrain movement penalties. So why am I having a hard time crossing these mountains? I don't know. Maybe mountains aren't considered real terrain. They're like pseudo-fake random terrain? I don't know. Don't know, but we're going to end our turn once again. And we're going to get the cartographer's tent. And boom, it's going to explore this area down here, which I'm going to assume is probably my enemy? So that may be where the enemy actually resides that we must battle. We must battle. If we run over or into them, usually you can like buy them out. The different things I've run into so far. That's how it's worked for me. Alright, so we have finished our root spears. And we have Revive Instinct. All enemy mounts become feral mounts for 2 turns. Units with a feral mount will suffer a 12 movement penalty. That's pretty nice. Causes targeted enemy armored units to suffer -2 armor, or it deals 20 damage to a target enemy machine unit. I think we're going to go with Druidry. No, Sunburst. Sunburst just seems really, really cool, and I want to grab it, so I'm going to. We're going to be back here in the middle of town. We have healed up fully, and I believe our other guys are fully healed as well. But again, we have Tier 1 Goblin units all the way across, so we don't really have... Oh, okay, we have 2 Tier 2 units. But Tier 1 Goblin units, not all that amazing. And our turn, our production should be... Yeah, I just finished doing that. We can build a settler, and we will. So that's the next thing we're going to build. It is now being built. We can have a Goblin Swarm Darter. Interesting. A Goblin Hunter, which is an archer. I think I like that. I'm going to grab the Goblin Hunter. I think that's one of our irregular units. Maybe. Not entirely sure. Shoot bow is 8. 3 and 4 is 7. We'll go with that, and then we will, we'll go with the Warhol, I guess. That's our next thing. Alright, unit requires orders. You, sir, are fine. You need to get over here. And we are going to grab this guy and send him up against... What are we up against here? Dwarven Prospectors. They're Dwarven Irregulars. They throw stones actually pretty hard. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. We are very likely to win, so let's try to do that. We like the odds being with us. Oh, it's another one of these things with the poisonous choking gases that hate us. Okay. Independents are going to move. We'll 2x them. Need to move a little bit quicker. And I'm going to say that we're actually going to back up a little bit. I don't want to go charging into them this time. I think patience is going to be a good thing. What is this? Oh, they can sprint. Very cool. Alright, so we're going to end our turn. Let them get a little bit closer. I'm actually going to get them off of that structure if I can help it. And if they actually do move off of this structure, I feel like we'll be in a pretty decent position. So I'm going to actually back up one further. There we go. We're going to end our turn. And hopefully they close with us. Or at least try to. And it looks like they did try to. Alright, now we're going to actually go at them. So I'm going to move forward one. I do have my penalty, but it's still going to hit relatively hard. Pigs can't quite make it, but we're going to move them up anyway. These fellows can, and we're going to send them in. They're going to have their extra lightning damage, and that's going to hit pretty darn hard. These guys are going to be way short of being able to move in, but we're going to move them forward regardless. And then this unit is able to sprint in combat. Sprinting provides an additional +12 movement, and enemy attacks of opportunity are avoided. Might as well use that. There we go, we're a little bit closer now. And that's going to pretty much do it. We're going to end our turn and see what the enemy decides to do. They're going to go at our Warg Riders, which is fine. You kind of have to expect that, I suppose. And can we reach? We can reach. Alright. Well, we're going to fire on them. And there we go. And it looks like they're down to 13 health. And we're... Ooh, what is this? Oh, you lob... Oh, okay. You lob javelins at people. That's pretty sick. Oh, but they didn't fall. Hmm. Oh, we're gonna attack and see what we can actually get done. Oh, we dropped them. Very cool. Alright, that means the Warg Riders can finish them off, and bam, victory is going to be ours, and we're about out of time with this episode, guys. So it's going to be a very slow process, but I think you kind of get the idea. I'm hoping you guys actually enjoy this game, and you think it's quite as cool as I do. Hopefully this gives you a good idea how the game plays out, what the game has to offer, and if you guys are on the fence about the game, this pushes you over and you go and grab it and you pick it up. But so far, I want to say we haven't done a whole lot, but it feels like we've accomplished some things. I mean, a lot of games you don't do a whole lot and it doesn't feel like you accomplish anything. Here, I feel like I've still accomplished quite a bit. And we did level up again, so our sorcerer is actually a little bit higher now. And you'll see these extra skills that are now available to us as well. Stunning Touch was one that wasn't. Attempts to stun the target enemy unit. Stunned units cannot take action, e.g. That is... EG stands for that is move, attack, retaliate for 2 turns. Vision range upgrade, you get an additional vision range so you can see further out on the map. Spirit Shield, all units in the hero's army gain a plus 20% holy creation light protection. I don't know what that is. This ability only functions when the hero is the man, and he is a Dragon Slayer party when dealing with dragons. Yeah. And of course this hero protection. I think we're gonna just buff him a little bit. We're gonna give him some more ranged strength and leave it at that. Just make him kind of a more of a super ranged hero at this point. And bam, just like that, he is set. Let's take a look at our Warg Riders. Our Warg Riders are troopers. They're about to hit veteran status, which is gonna be nice. It's gonna increase their defense, their health a little bit more, and their melee attack. And the same thing with our piggies, our boars, same exact thing, same scenario. So yeah, things are looking pretty good, and it looks like, I'm assuming this is our army. The morale is high all the way across the board, which is nice, 300, which is very, very good. And let's see, what does it say? Affects the chance of critical strikes and fumbles. Very happy units or unhappy units may desert. And yeah, all the way across the board. I'm not sure, I haven't run into anything that's actually lowered my morale, so I don't know. But I'd say things are looking pretty good at this point. Oh, looks like another hero wants to join us. Alright. Handle hero join offer. Hero offers to join. And Rialto the Shocking, a level 2 sorcerer, wants to join forces for 150 gold. Yeah, sure, why not? We're almost maxed out on the army for this guy. And, well, it never hurts to have more heroes around. More heroes is still as an additional troop, and they can do extra things that maybe you can't do. I mean, extra spells you can cast, or even generally heroes are both melee and ranged, so that's always a boon or a bonus, if you will. Alright, well, what are we looking at here? 2 turns on the Goblin Settler. Let's move over here. Let's see what our chances are up against this. We'll do one more battle and then we'll break off the episode, guys. It might be a little bit longer than we're used to. Very likely victory. 3 piggies and a node serpent. Sure, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Alright, and independents are moving. There they are. The piggies have charged us. They've charged us again and again. And there's that weird node serpent that's terrifying and I'm going to retreat from. Alright, so we're going to actually just run away as far as we can from this because we don't know what we're up against there. The piggy has gone within range of us, so we're just going to pretty much annihilate this guy right here. Or maybe we should move forward and then... Yeah, you know what? Oh no! I totally made mistakes there. Oh, that was really bad. Alright. Well, at this point... I misclicked and I screwed up. So, that's what happens. But, it's okay. We've taken him out. He is down. It's not that big of an issue. We're going to charge the piggies. The piggies will suffer. Did I say double gravity or something? What did that say? I don't know. Looked weird. Alright, we're flanking them with... oh yeah, there's no way they survive this. They might survive the first hit, but they won't survive the second. And there we go. And they have now hit the next rank. And things are not so bad. And we're just going to end the turn there. And you know what? Simply because I can. Let's just nuke this guy down a little bit. Because we can, like I said. Alright, ending our turn. And we'll see what they decide to do now. Oh, one of the pigs was still alive. I thought they all had all died. Well, shame on me for not noticing or missing that. Alright, it's our turn. We are going to have to move here to be able to throw our shocking arcing shockers on the shocking arcing shockers. And there we go. And what do we have? Nope. Can't be affected. Alright, well, let's blast this guy, shall we? And Blam, he's kinda down, I guess. Straight shot. Eh. Why not? Lob that up in there. Can we get the boar in? Oh yeah, we can get the boar in there too. Let's get the boar in there. Splat, down he goes, and can he still make it over here? He can. How much health? Oh, he doesn't have that much health. And that's going to be some nasty retaliation. So maybe here? And a defensive stance? We're gonna end our turn. I'm hoping that we don't lose anyone. We'll see though. I believe those were our summoned pigs. If that is the case, I'm pretty sure it was. It's not the end of the world. It's still not fun. I mean, you never want to lose units, you know? Alright, oh. I gotta stop hitting the wrong buttons. Oh no, we almost... Oh, wow. That thing really hits hard. Alright, let's lob a spear in them. And you know what? Let's finish this guy off, shall we? Let's finish him off with our hero. And boom! Down you go, sir. Alright, so there we go, guys. There we go. Victory is ours. We won. We explored the Earth node. And we'll close that up. And we gained 17 mana. And an army requires our orders. We'll sit inside of our town base. Sure, why not? And this guy has moved. Yes, no? Yes, he has. And we'll have him waited out there. And we can end our turn, guys. But that's going to do it for this episode of whatever this is. My Wazul the Jagged. My Goblin Archdruid random map LP. First look, tutorial, walkthrough of Age of Wonders 3. Again, guys, I'll figure it out by episode 3 what I want to call this little series here. The little spin-off, the little first look, if you will. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely check out the game. It is tremendously fun. Triumph Studios did a fantastic job. This has been over 10 years in the making, and bravo, very well done. Like I said, I've been super excited to play this. Once I got my hands on it, I really haven't been able to stop playing it. It is a tremendously fun game. So, look forward to my long-running LP to get through the campaign scenarios in the future. Until then, guys, my name is Bumpy McSquigums, and I'll see you in the next episode of this run in hopefully just a few days. Until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums, and I will see you later.